Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Bood FM. Thanks for joining me. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe. Check out my series with Manchester Central FC. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's just getting good. Start at the beginning, watch the introduction to the club, or jump into about episode 44 and get caught right up to date with everything that's going on now. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. I enjoy making it, and I think that shows. But you're here for something else. You've seen the title and you've seen the thumbnail, and yeah, this is Grandad United. If you subscribed to me, you might have seen an episode I made a while back called Wonder Kid Wanderers. Now I did this last year for another channel. Both these I did last year for another channel. Wonder Kid Wanderers is just a team. I basically made a club of all my favourite Wonder Kids, and we'll see how well they do. Grandad United is the complete opposite. We put a team together of all the legends that are still knocking about. All the guys who are over 33 years old, who are still in the game. Some are going to retire. So this is probably the last time you're going to see them. Last year was great. We had Lampard, Gerrard, players like that. They've all gone. But this squad is still quality. It's old, but the technical ability, physicals might not be there, but the technical ability in this squad is amazing. We've got quite an old manager in place. We've got good old staff. You've got a very, very old, rich chairman. You're in the Premier League. And basically, I am throwing out a challenge to you. Now you can download the database off Steam if you want, or just get the save file. And my challenge to you is, can you keep him in the Premier League? Can you win the Premier League? Can you win a cup? We're going to have a look at the squad. We're going to jump forward 1 year, and we're going to see how well the computer does. And then you've got a benchmark then, and hopefully see if you can better it. It's just a bit of fun. One season, if you're bored of your current save, where you can play in a team with some of the best players that's ever played the game. Right, shall we check out Grandad United? Here we are at Grandad United's homepage. Now, of course, the home kit is grey, and the away kit is brown. Two colours you associate with old people. Age Concern is their sponsor, you know. The stadium is called the Old People's Home. It's not a bad stadium, let's have a look at it. It's 80,000 seater, it's not in the best nick. It's the oldest stadium in the world, pretty much. I couldn't go back any further. So it's not the greatest, it's fallen to bits. But it's like most of the players that are in this squad. But the club itself was formed 1869. Again, that is the oldest you can have. I wanted to go back like something silly, but you can't go back any further than 1869. So it's a very old club. You'll also notice below that, here, I've put them under a 1 year transfer ban. That is so, when we do the simulation with the computer, or yourself, you can't buy anybody. You've got to work with this old team of legends. You'll see the computer, I've put Louis van Gaal in charge. He's knocking on, he's quite old. He's older than my dad, and he ain't got a job. Captain is Jean-Louis Buffon. And vice captain is De Rossi, top player. Hot prospect for getting is a regen. But you've got some cracking players here. Now I will say, if I've missed someone out, don't comment. This is my preference. If you want to have a go at yourself, you can always change it up in the database. But I still think I've put together a pretty mean squad. Let's start off with the goalkeepers, and you've got three legends of the game. Buffon, who in real life I think is retiring at the end of the year. I've got rid of that though, just in case you want to play this save. He might carry on, we never know. But look at his ability. The guy is a beast still. Don't know why he's retiring. You've also got Petr Cech, who again, great goalkeeper, 35 years old. And then again, you've got Pepe Reina, another great goalkeeper at 34. So there you go, we've got three absolute legends between the sticks. Now when it comes to your defence, again, I've just gone for players who've got high caps, who have still got a bit about them, still got a bit of value. Obviously there's players out there that are in the 40s, but they won't have a chance in the Premier League. Some of these won't have a chance in the Premier League. But we've got John Terry, legend, still quite good. You've got this guy, Barzagli, is it, from Juve, great player. Patrice Evra, still an okay left back. Thiago Motta, who's more of a midfielder, I think. I think he can just cover in defence. You've got Pepe, Real Madrid beast, still a decent player as well. I think he's playing in Turkey now. Daniel Alves, who's playing for Paris Saint-Germain, great right back. These guys are old, but you've got some absolute quality. Jeremy Mathieu, is it Mathieu? He's okay, left back, he's alright. Squad filler. Wes Morgan, who's getting on a bit, Premier League winner with Leicester. Ivanovic, I love this guy at Chelsea. I thought he was a great player, and I loved him at Manchester United. You've got him at right back. You've also got Javier Mascherano, who's just gone to China. Not in this universe. He's a beast. And he's playing for Grandad United. Right, on to the midfield. We'll start at the top. Obviously, some of these defenders will pop up. We'll try and skip past them. But we've got Tim Cahill, who, 37, he's just gone to Millwall. Absolute beast. I think he's still a good player. We've got Xavi, who's got no physicals, but he's got techers coming out of his ears. Top player. Michael Carrick, who again, is still a good player. Get a good season out of him at 35. Kaká, who's retiring in real life, who was once World Player of the Year. I thought I had to chuck him in because of that. But his pants in it. Frank Ribéry, who's still a decent player as well. Still at Bayern Munich, 34 years old. Probably starting left winger. Yaya Toure, who still bossing at City. Still a decent player. Not as good as he used to be, but still a good player. Vice captain De Rossi, whose mentals are just amazing. He'd just be the best shooter. At 33, he's one of the players that have just sneaked in. Xabi is his name, I think he is, 33-year-old. He's okay. I was looking for players who could cover out wide. I think he's a good player, so, you know, not a bad player for the old Grandad United squad. Jose Antonio Reyes, who's decent, he was good when he was younger, left winger. And that's the trouble when players get older, you really struggle getting good old wingers. There's another winger who's still quite decent, still worth a few quid, 33 years old, even though he looks a lot older these days. Ricardo. But he was a good player back in the day. He's a player who's still a good player, I think. Still a good winger. Probably the starting right winger. Again, 33, he's just sneaked in. Aaron Robben. Now this lad, got to be a starter. Still doing it at Barca at 33 years old. He's quality. Andreas Iniesta. Look at his physicals took a hit, haven't they? But again, he's like Xavi. His techers are just amazing. And last up, I thought I'd chuck Bastian because I like him. Schweinsteiger. Still a decent player as well, and a good squad filler. Now on to the strikers, and we'll start with my favourite, and he's 30, probably 6 now in real life, but Zlatan Ibrahimovic is still quality. He could lead this line. Can he win Grandad United a Premier League title? Next up we've got David Villa, who I used to love. I think he's a great player, 35 years old. He was quite good on last year's game. He's still quite good, don't get me wrong. He's not as good as he used to be, but I still think he can score goals. Another old favourite of mine, being a United fan, RVP, Robin Van Persie, who's just gone back to Holland at 33, just sneaked in. Still decent, he can still put that ball in the back of the net. Next up, a player I used to love, and then I didn't because he left Man United. I went to City. And I just bought a freaking Tevez shirt, and I could never wear that, could I? Anyway, 33, he's just gone back to Boca, hasn't he, after that small stint in China where he was earning like £10 million a week. So yeah, Carlos Tevez. Last but not least, he was once possibly one of the best strikers ever. Fernando Torres, bossed it at Liverpool. Kind of went downhill. Rubbish at Chelsea. He's doing an okay job, I think, back at Atletico Madrid. But that's the last player in the squad. So there you go, you've got a squad full of absolute legends. They're all 33 and up, so you've got no youth. I mean, you've got the regens it's give you, but none of them are any good. Trust me, they're not Premier League level. You've got these old boys, you've got to stick with these old boys. I'd be interested, I'm hoping some of you have a go at this. I'd like to see how well you do. Can you take Grandad United on? Can you take all these egos on? Because there's some absolute legends in this team. And if we have a quick look at the facilities, obviously you've seen the stadium, it's the old people's home. I've based it in London. Why not? You've got a good training facility as well, called the Bowling Green. Just around it where I live, all the old people all like playing bowling. So it's called the Bowling Green. When it comes to your facilities, you've got amazing corporate facilities and amazing training facilities. But when it comes to anything youth, this club is not about the youth. All your youth facilities and youth recruitment is... Now, when it came to the staff, I thought, we need a rich billionaire. And I couldn't think of anyone older and richer than Rupert Murdoch. So you've got 86-year-old Rupert Murdoch as the chairman of the club. I've tried to make him a vicious, business-driven, rich person. So be careful. You might cut your job if you don't do very well. Everyone else, you might recognise some of these names. I basically just looked for okay, very old coaches and look at all their ages. Apart from the doctor, who's a regen, everyone's pretty old. I didn't give you a scout either because there's no point. So the computer's giving you a chief scout and that's it. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to holiday a year. We'll see how Louis van Gaal and his team of old men do, and then I'll give you a benchmark, and you'll have to let me know. Have you beat Louis? or have you failed? And for a bit of fun, before we jump 12 months into the future, write down below in the comments, do you think that Louis van Gaal and this old team can get top 4, could win a league? Do you think they'll win a cup? Give me your prediction now before we go forward, and it'll be interesting to see if you're right or not. So get writing down below in the comments, and I'll see you in 12 months. Right, welcome back. 12 months into the future. It's the 30th of June 2018, and Louis van Gaal, as you can see, is still in charge. So that's a good sign. Be interested to see how he's done. The transfer ban's nearly over, by the way. But yeah, let's find out what's been going on. So here's the Premier League, and they didn't do too bad. You'd think they should do well with all that quality, but I just thought maybe the physicals would get to them, maybe injuries and so on. But it looks like age has been, it's not been that bad for him. Finishing 7th, I think, is pretty respectable. When it came to the FA Cup, they didn't do bad either. They got to the semi-final and got beat by Bournemouth in extra time. Oh, that's gutted for yous. Who scored? Ibrahimovic got a goal. Play David Villa, told you, still scores goals. But yeah, Jermaine Defoe penalty in the 100th minute sent Bournemouth to the FA Cup final. Did Bournemouth win the FA Cup? They did. And they beat Liverpool 3-1 in the final. Fair play Bournemouth. How good's that? When it comes to the League Cup or the Carabao Cup, they got knocked out in the 4th round by Arsenal. They got beat 1-0. Old school Arsenal result. Danny Welbeck scored the goal. So I don't think they've done too bad. Finishing 7th, a couple of good cup runs. Obviously, the transfer window will open, and I didn't mention it before, but you haven't hardly got any money to spend anyway in that first season. You need a good year before you could spend. But I don't expect anyone to take this on as a long-term save. I mean, it's Grandad United, and a lot of these players anyway are absolutely ancient. And if you have a look at them, Buffon has decided to retire. John Terry's transfer listed. Michael Carrick is on a transfer. He's also retiring. Kaká's retiring. Pepe Reina's retiring. Robin Van Persie's listed. A few of these boys are listed. Anyone else retiring? Is Bastian? Nope, that'll be it. If we have a look in the under-23s, a few boys are down here as well. Yeah, retiring. Tevez is listed. Yeah, there you go. So I'll be interested to know. Make sure if you take on this challenge, you let me know how well you do. Don't cheat. Be honest to yourself. No one likes a cheater. See if you can better 7th. See if you can win a cup. You've got 1 season to do it. And if you want, take it on again to a 2nd season. Try and get into Europe and see what you can do with this old man team. Maybe limit yourself to only buying players that are 33 and above. Because after that first year, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo, he becomes 33. So you can have a lot of fun with it, and hopefully you do. Well, thanks for watching. Just a little bit of a fun video, hopefully, where we just get to, you know, be a bit nostalgic with some of these old players. Some of these players who you've probably played with on Football Manager and Champ Manager for many, many years, and you're not going to see them after this year. A lot of these guys won't be on next year's game, and that's always sad to see a legend go. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe, and as always, don't forget to check out my series with Manchester Central, and just let me know what you think of Grandad United down below. And again, let me know how well you do yourself in that 1 season challenge. Hopefully you do well. I can't wait to find out. I can't wait. I've been Booed. As always, you've been great. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care.